Hi and welcome to our quick introduction to Proactive's Governance Assessment Portal, a fast, web-based software as a service designed to provide customers a repeatable, consistent and cost-effective assessment of processes, culture and organisational alignment. In this podcast, we'll provide you with an overview of what the portal contains and how it works, show the portal in action, and finally give a preview of the report, including graphs and recommendations. The Governance Assessment tool has been developed using Proactive's proven methodology in providing process maturity assessments to organisations in Australia and New Zealand and other countries for over 10 years. A significant amount of intellectual property has been built into the tool. It allows customers to take advantage of a self-assessment tool that is also used by Proactive's consultants when conducting independent on-site maturity assessments. In the ITIL component alone, there are over 1,000 questions, which have been weighted or scored individually to come up with the overall maturity score. We'll take you through the scoring mechanism shortly. The portal is web-enabled or software as a service, and Proactive provides full support and training to ensure it is used in the correct way. Our recommendation for usage is to have an independent assessment conducted first to provide a baseline from which to move forward, and then use the self-assessment to determine your progress as you implement the recommendations made. For the ITIL and software asset management components of the portal, an extended version of the Process Maturity Framework or PMF is used. This consists of a 1 to 5 scale, ranging from Level 1 Initial, where the process is recognised but there is little or no process management activity, through to Level 5 Optimised, where the process is fully recognised and has strategic objectives and goals aligned with the overall strategic business and IT goals. Commonly, organisations undergoing an assessment for the first time sit at around the 1 to 2 level. For example, at Stage 1 Initial, the process is recognised but there is little or no process management activity, and it is allocated no importance, resources or focus within the organisation. This level can also be described as ad hoc or occasionally even chaotic. And Level 2 Repeatable. The process has been recognised and is allocated little importance, resource or focus within the operation. Generally, activities related to the process are uncoordinated, irregular, without direction, and are directed towards process effectiveness. On top of the 5 stages, there are 5 dimensions, and Proactive has added a further dimension to make it 6. These are vision and steering, culture, people, process, technology, and Proactive's addition, interfaces. After all questions have been answered, the portal develops a radar chart for each process in scope, which outlines the maturity score for each PMF dimension. It also provides an average maturity score for the process. We'll take a look at this when we take a look at the portal in action. So let's take a look at the portal in action. This is the login screen. You'll be allocated a username and password, which you'll need to enter here. It will be handy at this stage to select Remember Me. Then simply click on Login. The Governance Assessment Portal Welcome screen now appears. Dependent on your licensing options, you will be presented with the modules you're licensed to use. In this case, we can see all of our current options, which include ITIL, ISO 20000, P3M3, Software Asset Management, and BSM-Now, our customer survey tool. In this example, we'll select ITIL, and so we will click on the Start ITIL button. For ease of identification later in the process, it is advisable to provide the assessment with a description. Type it into the field. As we have selected the ITIL module, we are presented with 6 main sections: Business IT Alignment, Strategy, Design, Transition, Operation, and Continual Service Improvement. In this example, we will select Operation. Upon selection, 4 processes of service operation are displayed, these being Event Management, Incident Management, Problem Management, and Request Fulfillment and Access Management. In this example, we will select Event Management. Once again, the selection expands. Click on the plus sign to select one of the 7 newly displayed options. As we plan to assess all of Event Management, we will click on the Select All button. The 7 options are now highlighted in blue. We now manoeuvre to the bottom of the screen and click on the Start Assessment button. So we've now begun our assessment. There are 4 answers for every question. Assessors receive guidance on the definitions behind these answers, but as a reminder, they are also provided as part of the portal when you click on the small I icon. A table will appear to aid the assessor in rating the meaning and the extent of achievement that the question is marked on. The assessor will now ask and ultimately answer the first question. We'll select Fully Achieved. At the end of each question, you will need to click on Save and Continue. We can then continue through all the questions in the section. When one section has been completed, the following screen will appear. At this early stage, there is no useful information available to report, so we will not select Go to Report, but instead select Continue to progress. You can then continue through all the questions in a given section. Note that you can view where you are at any time by looking at the right-hand side of the screen. The progress meter will outline how many questions have been completed, and the question navigation shows you which questions have been answered in which section, allowing you to jump between sections. When all questions have been answered in the section, the following Go to Report screen will appear. So let's click on this and check out the results. So here's the on-screen report. One side of the screen displays the scores and the other an ITIL overall maturity radar graph. The graph shows each dimension's maturity against the overall average. We can also view the recommendations, which are based on the maturity level achieved. Recommendations are displayed by dimension. These recommendations are based on the maturity levels calculated by the answers given, and the recommendations themselves have been collated over many years from proactive consultants. It is then possible to drill down from overall maturity to the individual process maturity models. By clicking on the operation title box, we can see the actual scores for event management. As seen earlier, we can now see the event management recommendations. They will be more specific than overall service operation findings. You can also view the assessment results, the answers to the questions, in a table format. That's the quick cook's tour of the ITIL module in the Governance Assessment portal. Note that the report can also be exported out to MS Word or Excel for analysis and more effective reporting. We'd be happy to demonstrate more of the modules to you or provide you with demonstration access so you can have a look at the tool for yourself. So in summary, what does the portal offer customers? As a web-based application, customers can access the portal at any time and are not reliant on product downloads or installations. Accurate assessments can be completed at your convenience and are not reliant on using the same assessor each time. For organisations focused on process maturity and tracking progress, the portal offers increased accuracy, repeatability and consistency of process maturity assessments. Many of our clients use the portal to track progress after a consultant-led assessment has been done, and as such, checking progress using the same scoring mechanism as the independent assessment. The tool provides organisations with a deeper insight into how maturity can be improved, based on a series of high-level automated recommendations based on the score achieved. A radar graph per process effectively demonstrates average maturity and identifies a score assigned to the 6 extended PMF dimensions. The portal provides guidance in determining priorities, to document interdependencies, and as such, to direct resources appropriately to address areas of risk. Recommendations overall and by dimension enable you to turn information into action. Results and recommendations can be exported directly into MS Word or Excel format for easy reporting. To get the best out of the portal, Proactive provides a training session using client data to nominated personnel. This includes concepts and benefits of tool utilisation and process maturity assessments. And finally, additional consultancy services are offered, designed to add value to your continual service improvement program. Further one-on-one sessions to answer any questions you may have are welcomed. If you're interested in having a look at the portal yourself, we have set up a demonstration area where you can navigate through a subset of questions and familiarise yourself with the tool. Pricing is available on application and is dependent on the licence time requested and the number of modules undertaken. Please contact us either via email or using the telephone numbers listed above. Thanks for taking the time out to view this podcast, and we look forward to showing you the portal in more detail.